Rare historic birth has provided a breakthrough for endangered species. At the North Texas Wildlife Conservation Infinity Exotic, an eastern bongo calf was born through an interspecies embryo transfer. It's a scientific achievement that has not been seen since the early 80s. Joining us today is the owner of Infinity Exotics, Brent Teeter. Thanks so much for coming in, Brent.
Thank you.
So first of all, what is an eastern bongo?
So eastern bongo is there is probably 20 different species of antelope from Africa, and eastern bongo is one of the species. They primarily are up in the foresty region in the Kenya area, and they've over the last decades there's less than 100 of them left now.
Wow, and why is this birth so important for those endangered species?
Well, this has been going on for decades. You said that 50 years ago, it was brought together, and what ended up happening is no one's been able to replicate it. And so you hear about some of the scientific things that go on, and if you can only do it once and trying to replicate it, and so after 40 or 50 years, we were able to replicate it again. And what ends up happening is it just gives different options for conservation. It gives, when a species is going endangered, there's only a couple of different ways, to try to save the species. And one way here is, take the bongo, transfer that, which is a endangered species, and put it over into a eland, which is not an endangered species, the intra species, and that's where the specialness is. There are people doing embryo programs within their own species, but actually moving it to another species is a way that's going to be able to make conservation work.
Yeah, and you touched on it a little bit, but how exactly does that embryo process work, that embryo transfer?
So it goes from super ovulating, and I'm not a scientist here, so super ovulating the bongo, taking embryos out of the bongo, live embryos, putting them into the eland, and then you wait. And so I tell people that my record is 1 in 151. 1 win, 151 losses. That's how many times it took us over a 3-year period to get this to work.
Incredible, but so important for protecting endangered species. And we have a little less than a minute left, but just going forward, do you see this technique being able to be used for other endangered species?
Yeah, there's only been less than a handful that embryo transfers even work with any species. I think one of the rhino right now, they have a confirmed pregnancy, but they hadn't had a birth. And so there's been very few of them. And so what we're trying to do to get to the next level is figure out how to perfect this process so we can do it over and over and again. It goes maybe once every 2 times trying rather than once every 151 times trying. And that's where we need people to, we want more people, foundations, conservation organizations to help us get to the next level. And that's really what, we got it to where it's at now. And, the vets that did this work are extremely talented, but we need to get it to the next level. It doesn't, one and done doesn't work here.
Yeah, it's fascinating what science can do these days. Brent, thank you so much for being here.
Yep.
We appreciate it. All right.